Hi everyone! For today's lesson, I use Nearpod as my instructional tool to create a meaningful, engaging, interactive, and accessible learning experience for my third graders on the topic of their digital footprint. Nearpod is an internet-based tool that allowed me to combine videos, quizzes, games, polls, collaborative boards, and audio recordings throughout the entire lesson. This lesson aligns with Georgia Standard 1.1a and 1.1c. 1.1a encourages students to cultivate and manage their digital identity and reputation. 1.1c helps students demonstrate an understanding of their permanence of their actions in the digital world. The student learning goals shown as I can explain what a digital footprint is, I can identify examples of positive and negative digital footprints, and I can make smart choices about what I post or share online. This lesson is designed as a combination of teacher-led and student-led instruction. I can guide students through key ideas and model examples, but they take ownership and responsibility over their learning through collaborative board discussions, interactive activities, reflections, and assessment. To engage my students through my hook, which prompts students to reflect on what kind of things you do online. Students can post or record their responses about playing games, liking posts, messaging friends. I chose this activity because it activates their prior knowledge and bolsters a personal connection to the digital footprint topic. I enhance their learning through several interactive activities throughout my lesson. To begin, they watch a Common Sense Media learning video explaining a digital footprint. If students click the link, they are followed by a game called Interland to further learn and investigate how to use technology safely and responsibly. Next, students complete a draw diagram to explore their own understanding of the word digital footprint. Then, a poll which encourages students to reflect on their digital footprint and how it can affect their future selves. Next, there is a fill-in-the-blank activity that reflects on key terms throughout the lesson. Lastly, students play a time to climb activity with questions about safety and making smart choices online. Each interactive piece helps students practice what they're learning and directly connects their choices to building a positive digital footprint. To assess my students' learning, I included a variety of assessment types, including multiple choice to measure comprehension and an open and discussion reflection to see which students need further support and who's ready to move on. Accessibility was a huge focus while designing this lesson. I recorded audio narration for all slides so students can hear me and the content read aloud. Students can record their responses instead of typing, which makes my lesson inclusive for any student who may need support with writing. To conclude my lesson, I returned to my I Can goals by having my students complete an open-ended question response that says, I can protect my digital footprint by. This allows my students to reflect on what they have learned and to demonstrate that they understand how to make responsible choices online. We end with a poll to ask students for their own confidence check on how they feel about their understanding and what their digital footprint is. From planning and designing this lesson in Nearpod, I learned how beneficial interactive technology can be for building digital citizenship skills in a meaningful way. Nearpod was an easy way to blend videos, games, and my students' voice options while keeping the lessons engaging, easily accessible, and aligned with each Georgia standard.